welcome back. Well, frogs are among the most endangered species on the planet, facing countless challenges to their existence, and they need your help.
And this weekend, thousands of Australians are taking part in the country's largest frog count. It's an annual snapshot of how these amazing creatures are tracking. And joining us now is Dr Jodi Rowley from the Australian Museum's frog expert. And a very special guest also. Good morning, Jodi.
Good morning.
Tell us, who have you got here and what's going on?
This is a green tree frog,
Yeah.
an Aussie green tree frog, and he's here to represent Frog ID Week. So it's all about getting the information that we need to save Australia's frogs, and he's just our little PR man.
He's doing a marvellous job.
We were saying before, they don't even look real, frogs in real life.
I just fell in love with frogs when I started seeing them, and that's what Frog ID Week's about as well. It's like connecting people with frogs to realise that we have these awesome things that live right around us, and we need to make sure that future generations get to live with these guys too.
We did hear just before that some frogs are really endangered. What is Frog ID Week all about? How did it come about?
Well, Australia's frogs are in a lot of trouble. We've lost at least 4 frog species already. There's about 40 more that are threatened with extinction. And one of the issues is we actually don't know that much about Australia's frogs. There's been 8 new species of frog described from Australia just since Frog ID was launched 7 years ago, using Frog ID data as well. And many other frogs, you know, they need our help to understand where they are, how they're doing. So it's really easy. It's all about frog calls. So every species of frog, we've got more than 250 frog species in Australia, makes a different call. So this one, other species like a tennis ball being hit, maybe bok, bok. So they all make different calls. So we just download the free Frog ID app, press record when we hear frogs, upload that. I'll listen to that, and my team will listen to every single recording, and we can tell which frog species it is, and then we build this massive database that helps us figure out what we need to do to make sure we don't lose any more frogs.
And people can do that if they hear them in their backyard or something like that, can't they?
Yeah, so I've got a backyard pond. I've got a couple of frogs that call every night, so I record that. If you go camping, if you're out in the bush, if you go to your dam, frogs are pretty much everywhere, but we only have frog records from under 40% of Australia.
Wow.
So there's huge parts of the country that you could be making super important recordings to help understand our frogs and maybe even discover a new species.
What are some surprising facts about frogs that some people may not know?
One of the things I think is cool is how long frogs can live. So most people think frogs might live maybe a couple of years, I think.
Yeah.
But this species in particular, we know, can live more than 35 years.
Huh.
No.
So if you sort of see one in your letterbox or it's hanging around, you just think it must be another frog. It actually could be the same frog, you know, for 35 years. So, yeah, they're very long-lived. They actually breathe a little bit through their skin and they drink through their skin. So they have a little drink patch on their belly, and so if you see a frog in a puddle, sort of hunkered down, it's probably drinking.
Having a drink.
Yeah.
I love
Amazing. Dr Jodi, I love that. Is it a boy or girl, that one?
I think this one's a boy. Yeah, these guys are actually really hard to tell.
Okay.
Other frog species, males often have a different coloured throat, which is sort of, I guess, attractive to the girls when they puff it up and call and sing to them.
I remember as a kid, I always wanted a frog as a pet.
So you could kiss it, it would turn into a prince?
Yeah. I was waiting a long time for that. Dr Jodi, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For more information, head to the website on your screen now. Okay, let's head back to Flemington where Clint is. Hey, Clint.
Thanks, Sophie. No frogs here, just a toad. Coming up.